Nomad smoked. Smoked him. Nomad smoked. Capture the objective.
Call of Duty Quickscopes 4. It's only a beta, hasn't officially been released yet, at least as time of this video. Later on in the video, I will be talking about my thoughts and if you should play it or not, I guess. My thoughts really shouldn't matter. I'm not going to recommend the game. I'm also not going to not recommend the game, because my thoughts and my opinion shouldn't really matter or be the deciding choice of whether or not you should buy the game. I don't like doing that. I feel like people can figure out for themselves, have an opinion, form an opinion by the gameplay itself, and whether or not they are interested in, or whether or not they want to play it. So there will be many quickscopes in this. I'm not really sure if it counts as a quickscope, considering I'm using what some people were calling as an iron sight. I don't really see how you get that, considering it's a blue dot, but that's okay. I'm not really sure as these even count as quickscopes either, because a lot of these kills are going to be flick shots. That tends to be my aiming style in twitchy games such as Call of Duty. Very fast-paced games. So if it's a little bit hard to follow, I apologize. This is just my playstyle. I know it's not very cinematic, flicking your mouse around the map, but that's just how I play. So let's talk a little bit about the game. Currently, I'm playing one of the playable characters, known as Firebreaker. And if you haven't guessed it yet, his name is that because he has a flamethrower. It's a special ability. Everyone has a special ability, as well as a secondary ability. However, the secondary ability can be traded out for a grenade, or such as a trophy system, or a Molotov even. It all depends on the character that you're playing. Now with this guy, I decided to go with, well, pretty much everyone that I play with. I decided to go with armor. Yes, you can actually get armor in this game. I personally don't like the idea of it. I'll get onto that later. But for now, the reason I chose it is because it gives you extra protection. It does break after a little bit, but it gives you a little bit of extra protection, and this character's E gives you more armor when you use it. So, what the E does is it's kind of like, he holds out kind of like a little bit of a lantern. It's a radioactive core, and it does a huge AoE effect around you. Plus you gain a little bit more armor, so when you use it, you're just super tanky. Basically unkillable if you're using it through walls. Because yes, the AoE ability does go through walls. Additionally, the flamethrower I think goes a little bit too far. I don't have any footage showing you exactly how far, but it does go extreme distance. In my opinion, I think it should be nerfed maybe a little bit. I know it's a special ability, but it has a lot more range than I think it should. I'll also be playing a different character later on, called Ruin, who likes to defy the laws of gravity with his grappling hook. I know they promised boots in the ground gameplay, but it's not going to be all that when Ruin's on the playfield, which he always is. Everyone uses him, especially in games such as Hardpoint or Domination. He's just so good in that mode because of his special ability. It's a ground and pound, which I believe was in the last Call of Duty as well. So if you haven't figured out already, there is no normal healing in this game at all. You have to use healing for yourself, which does come off cooldown. You can see it's on my X. I changed this to mouse wheel up because I found, I don't know, in tense situations, mouse wheel up was a little bit easier to hit, but you can put it to wherever you want. You can also change it from a normal heal to a stim shot, which will take up a slot. They're still using the pick 10 system. And what that'll do is it'll come off cooldown a lot faster, and it'll heal you a little bit faster as well. And I don't know, is it just me, or does this guy sound like Genji from Overwatch? I suppose it's very possible that it's the same voice actor. So here comes the radioactive lantern. I'll show you what I mean. You can see my armor in the bottom left, as well as my health. It's really good for capturing objectives. They didn't even get through my armor yet. It's amazing. He's definitely one of my favorite characters to use. I think Ruin would be my second. So like I was mentioning before about the armor, I'm going to explain it now. The reason I don't think it's very good, not that it's not good, the reason that it shouldn't be in the game. It slows down the gunplay a lot. There's many times where you'll be shooting at some guy, and if he has armor on, you won't even break through it before he turns around and starts shooting at you. Fortunately though, you can put on AP rounds, armor penetration rounds, which is what I'm going to be using all the time from now on. Because otherwise, if you come across somebody that has armor on, if he sees you and you see him and you don't have armor on, about 90% of the time he's going to win the gunfight, simply because he has that extra protection. So this is the character I was talking about, Ruin. He has a grappling hook as well as a ground and pound. And you can shoot into the water, yes. People are killable in the water. I think he's my overall favorite character because the grappling hook goes so well with the ground and pound. You can also put a throwing axe on him. I'm not sure if it's just him, but you can put it on him. One that you can pick up. You'll see what I mean with the grappling hook and the ground and pound later on. A little bit of foreshadowing. Now, I thought the snipers were a little bit broken because I saw somebody else doing this exact setup. Not my exact setup, but the blue dot on a sniper with quick draw. Quick draw is actually an attachment on the weapon this time. It's not a perk. But I thought it was really good, and here's the reason. Once you get AP rounds on it, it goes straight through the armor. It's just a one-shot. And when I was playing, the majority of people were using armor, and it was negating way too many of my bullets. Even though I was using AP rounds on SMG and such, there is a good SMG. I think it's called the KM9 or the XM9. I can't remember exactly. But I think it's the first SMG, and it's really good, especially with rapid fire.
Enemy down.
I have no idea what happened here. I don't even know how I got those kills. It just makes no sense. I was laughing so hard. I should have been dead 5 times over. But yes, the SMG. Like I was saying, it is really good, and it's even better with AP rounds so that it just goes right through the armor. But it's nothing like the sniper with AP rounds on. You just one-shot body shot, and that's the ground and pound. And then I got shot. It's really good, but it's no match. You can run around with a blue dot on and just one-shot people with first shot accuracy. As long as you hit the first shot, they're dead right in the upper chest. I don't know, maybe it's because of the blue dot that it just feels so strong. And you can also collateral. I mean, most of these guys, they don't even have time to react. If I see them and they see me at the exact same time, I'm gonna most likely win the fight, as long as I'm quick with it. But that's kind of the whole point of COD as well. A lot of the community loves quickscoping. I just don't know if a red dot should be allowed. I mean, I would be doing the exact same thing with an ACOG or a 4X or whatever you want to call it. Or even just a normal scope. I would be doing the exact same thing. But at least it would require a little bit more skill. I suppose it's really tough to balance that sort of thing because they have such a large community that wants that in the game. And if they were to remove it, I'm sure that there would be a lot of people that don't even pick up the game at all. Honestly, to me, it doesn't even really matter. I enjoy doing it. I love running around with a shotgun. Hell, a pistol, it doesn't matter. That's what Call of Duty's all about to me. You hop on and you run and gun. There's no sitting in the back. I never camp in the game. I'm always flying around the map. Because that's how I think the game should be played. It should just be, you know, basically run around aim training. That's how I love playing this game. And I think that's why Ruin is probably one of my favorite characters. Because your grappling hook's up so often, you can just fly around the map. So I guess now the question is, should you purchase the game? Well, that's not really up for me to decide. That's up to you to decide. What I will tell you is that it plays like a Call of Duty, right? It's Call of Duty. It's exactly the gameplay that you would expect. There's a lot more boots on the ground gameplay, as they were quoting and what they wanted to bring to the game, bring back to the game. No one's wall running, no one's flying around in super exosuits and ground and pounding everyone. Ruin is the only person that can do either of those things, and you can only play up to 2 of them. So if you're looking for some fast-paced, twitchy gameplay, just boots on the ground flying around the map, then perhaps, yeah, maybe you should get the game. I'm more or less looking forward to the Battle Royale. I want to see what that brings and how they're gonna accomplish that, because there's no bullet velocity in the game, right? There's no leading the bullets, even though there was a couple times where I thought that this game really did have that mechanic in there, because even when I was lining up shots, it wasn't registering, and people were kind of teleporting and jittering around. So, as I said, it is a beta, and they still need to work those things out. I'm sure they will. It's definitely a nice break playing this game from all the Battle Royales and the early access titles that have been coming out and haven't been up to snuff performance-wise. It's nice to just play a game that's clean running, and you can just fight enemies 24/7 rather than fighting once every 7 minutes. I don't know, that's just my thoughts on the game. It's up to you, obviously, whether you want to get the game or not. I'm not trying to sell it to you. This is not sponsored. A couple people were asking me on stream whether or not the game is worth it, so I figured I'd give my opinion. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Battle Royale. I'm more curious of how they're going to pull it off, because I don't see the game having bullet velocity, those types of mechanics in the game, so I'm not sure how snipers are going to work, or how strong they're going to be, or maybe how rare. Maybe they'll only be in like care packages or something, I don't know. But I am very curious. Anyways, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and the flick shots rather than the quick scopes. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, obviously a thumbs down. Let me know your thoughts on the game because I am curious, as per usual. I'll catch you guys in the next one.